Hi friends, it's Jessie here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome. For today's video, I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I did a lot of goal setting videos at the start of 2024. I started out gung-ho talking about my goals and my action steps for the month. And then slowly but surely it petered off, as New Year's resolutions often do. But we're going to try it again this year, doing things a little bit differently. Truthfully, I meant to film this video a couple of weeks ago at the beginning of the year, and things have just been busy. It's been busy at work, it's been busy with life, so I'm here now, better late than never. My plan originally was to set up my little action steps page here in this little bullet journal. I actually originally purchased this for my son's girlfriend. And then when it came in the mail and I showed it to Austin, he told me that yes, it was beautiful and she would probably like it, but she would prefer a lined notebook rather than a dot grid notebook. So I picked her out a different one with lines, and I kept this one for myself. It is by this brand, Buke. I got it on Amazon and I kept it instead of returning it because, hello, it's gorgeous. Purple's my favorite color, so while I picked it out for Kenzie, I also loved it too, so I decided to keep it. And what I decided to use it for is just tracking my goals, my good habits, that sort of thing. And I was going to set up my little January action steps page with you guys at the beginning of the month. Slowly but surely, the month got away from me, and so I ended up just going ahead and setting it up in my own time. And now what I thought I would do, like I said, better late than never, is share with you what my action steps for January are. And I thought I'd give you a little progress update, because my plan originally was to, set up my goals, just like some basic action steps on the page, and then check in every week with like a weekly plan with me and how I was going to achieve those goals and all of that. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go over all of my action steps for January. We're going to talk about what they are, how they are going to benefit me in terms of my annual goals, which, by the way, if you missed that video, I will link it in a card above so that you can check it out so you know better about what I'm talking about. And then we'll do a quick planner session in my Erin Condren Life Planner. So now that I have introduced this video, let me go ahead and just flip to the page where I did my January action steps. Now, this is not pretty. I mean, it's not ugly, but it's not bullet journal beautiful, right? Like, you see some people do bullet journaling with so much creativity and artistic ability. I have neither of those things, so I just listed out my action steps for January. The thought moving forward is that I will use some of these pages for tracking what I eat when I get more into like my health journey. You're gonna see when I start going through my action steps that there's not really anything on here specifically related to weight loss, which is always a goal of mine. I've been morbidly obese my entire adult life. But I just decided that with everything I had going on in January, that January 1st was not the time to start a diet, okay? We've got lots of birthdays in January, super busy time at work, hence the reason this video is going up so late, and it just wasn't the time to add another stress component like trying to stick to a calorie deficit, trying to cut out highly inflammatory foods. It just wasn't the time. Maybe we will see some of that in February, but for now, let's talk about what my action steps are for January. And of course, right up here in the top, I have Thrive in 2025. So you guys remember Health and More in 2024 last year, how well I did with that at the start of the year and then slowly petered out? We're doing it again. There's a group of women. We are all holding each other accountable, and we are hoping to all #Thrive in 2025. So that is my little mantra that I'm going to be repeating to myself over and over again throughout this year. Hopefully it lasts longer than just a couple of months. I'm going to link all the ladies down below. I hope you will go and check them out and support them as well. But yeah, that's going to be my mantra. I need to go ahead and sip some more of my energy drink here because words are hard. So here are the actions. See, words are hard. Here are the action steps I plan to take in January, specifically to help me achieve my goals. Okay? So the first thing I want to do is clean out the fridge and freezers and take a food inventory. And that is because while I'm not focusing on weight loss in January right now, what I am trying to focus on is eating down the foods we already have. We have a ton of food in my house. My freezers are stocked, my fridge is stocked. I have a stand-up freezer, and on top of my freezer is just stacked with snacks. BRB, let's do this again. I know that when it comes time for me to focus on my health goals, I'm not gonna want those temptations in the house. I don't wanna waste the food. I don't wanna just throw it away. So really in January, we're trying to focus on eating what we have and getting it out, okay? So that's where this step comes in. I wanna do a deep clean of the freezers, go through and get rid of anything that is freezer burnt. We have a lot of that in the freezer because you guys probably know this about me if you've watched my channel for any length of time. I tend to overbuy groceries. I don't know, a therapist will probably tell me that it's like a scarcity mindset or something from growing up with not a lot of money, but we always had plenty of food, so maybe it's just the inner fat girl in me. Whatever it is, it's a habit I'm hoping to break in 2025. So I want to get rid of anything that has gone bad or that is freezer burnt or that I know we're not going to eat, and then take inventory of what we have on hand so that moving throughout the rest of the year when I am doing my meal planning and my grocery shopping, I can start with what I have and build meals from there. Less waste. That's huge, going to be huge this year, I hope. And then going along with that, we're doing a grocery low spend in January, and that just makes sense, right? If we're trying to eat down the food that we have on hand, we're not going to want to be bringing a ton of stuff in. Now, for me, this grocery low spend has been looking like about $150 or less a week. I know for some of you, that's your entire grocery budget, but like I said, me who tends to overbuy food, we have, you know, some hungry men in my family. It is myself, my husband, our 22-year-old son, Robert, who lives with us, and our 17-year-old son, Austin. Both Robert and Austin have healthy appetites, as does my husband. And let's be honest, I didn't get close to 300 pounds by eating daintily. Okay, so we eat a lot. But grocery low spend, I'm focusing on like produce and dairy products mostly. I haven't set like strict caps on what I can buy. I've just been trying to stick to the low spend budget of $150 or less. So all of those things are ultimately going to help me with my overarching goal for 2025 to, you know, focus on my health. Moving throughout 2025, I want to be buying and consuming less highly processed foods, more healthy, you know, fruits and vegetables, thinking about a calorie deficit, and all of these things are sort of moving me in that direction and preparing my home and myself for that transition. Also, the low spend grocery budget situation is only going to help me with my goals in terms of finances, which we're going to talk about here. I wanted to start some new savings challenges in January, really focusing in 2025 on saving, long-term savings and short-term savings. That was my goal kind of the last half of 2024, and we're keeping on with that. So there were some specific savings challenges that I wanted to start. And spoiler alert, I did start those things. So once I kind of go through all of this, I'm going to go back and give you a little forecast of how I've done so far in January. That's not really a forecast, that's looking back. And what I project the rest of January to look like, okay? So track work hours. I selected this action step so that I could focus on my goal to have a better work-life balance. I either work way too much and neglect the personal, or I focus way too much on personal and neglect the work. And I need to, meet in the middle there. So I want to be tracking the hours that I work, both in office and here at home. I'm also hoping to track the hours that I'm putting into YouTube, just so that that's a part of the bigger picture. Like, I want to see where all my time's going, right? So that I can find a better balance. Start a YouTube planner. That is all about both my goals to have a better work-life balance. YouTube is my hobby. It's something that I absolutely love, but it's also a source of income for me, so it walks the line between work and personal. So I gotta kind of figure out where that time is spent and how I want to allocate it and what I want to consider it. I'm probably putting too much thought into this, but that was the idea there. But it also goes towards my goal of doing, better quality videos here on YouTube if I am planning things out and not just like filming off the cuff randomly on a Thursday when I feel like it. I want to be scheduling time to film, making a plan on what I'm going to film, where I'm going to film it, how it's going to turn out, set editing hours, all of those things. Okay? Less eating out goes to both my health goal overall, my money goals overall. If I'm eating out less, then we're spending less. We're also more likely to eat up the things we have on hand. And quite frankly, eating out is just not good for my health, right? Home cooked meals are always going to be a better option than something I can get in a restaurant, especially considering most of our eating out is like fast food takeout type eating out. We can do better. So that's the goal. And then I just put on here that I want to post 12 YouTube videos. That I think is a good quantity that I can, conceivably put out and be proud of that content. So those are all the action steps in January that I hoped to work on in order to, strive to thrive in 2025. Let's go ahead and do a quick update on how I'm doing with those things. So at this time in January, today I'm filming this is January 16th. So we are halfway through the month today. I so far have managed to clean out the freezers. My husband actually took a big role in helping with this. He did a lot of the sifting through things and helping me decide what we conceivably would eat, what we could get rid of. We gave some food to my mother-in-law, and that not only helped her out, but it made me feel better in terms of the waste situation. So we did the freezers. They're looking so much better. I can actually see what I have in there, and that's huge right there. The number of times that I've gone into my fridge or my freezer and just been so overwhelmed, or there's something buried in the back that I did not even know we had. I found a lot of food that I did not know I had. So at this point, we did clean out the freezers. We took a cursory look through the fridge and just got like old condiments that were expired. I took stock of like our leftover situation and tried to make sure to eat those up. We're really bad about that too, like boxing up leftovers and then leaving them to rot in the fridge. But I haven't done like a deep, thorough clean where I pull everything out and scrub it all out at this point. I definitely still would like to do that before the end of the month. And in terms of a food inventory, I glanced at everything. I have an idea in my head of what we now have, but I haven't actually written it down on paper. So I would say for this goal, halfway through the month, we're about halfway through the project. I think that's pretty good. I want to use some of my pretty pens to note some things here. So let's use a glittery blue pen because blue is good for January, right? This one is the Jelly Roll Metallic in number 536, if that's helpful to you. And I'm just going to put a dot next to the things I've started. I'll put a check mark next to anything I have finished. And, if I feel like we are not on par with where we should be, I'm just going to leave it blank and I'll kind of come clean about that. So cleaning out the fridge and freezers, I'd say we're halfway there. Food inventory, we've started it, right? So we'll put a dot there. Grocery, low spend. I am very happy with our progress on this one. I've been tracking my spending in my weekly budget updates, so if you've been watching those, you've seen we've done really well sticking to our lower grocery budget. I think that by the time the end of the month rolls around, we're going to feel really good about our progress. I'm excited to kind of add it up. That dot is sort of between those two. See what I mean, you guys? I'm not artistic. But yeah, I'm really excited to see how much we spent overall in groceries in January, just to get a feel for what we were able to accomplish. Start new savings challenges. That should be a check, not a dot. I did that. I started the 2025 in 2025 challenge by the Almost Organized Owl, and it's just a way every week for me to sock some money away, and at the end of the year, if I complete that challenge, I will have saved $2,025. So that feels really good. I also started a new savings challenge by Budgeting with Dina US, I think is her channel name, and it's the Little Maze Challenge. So saving more money in the new year, I added $50 a week to my little savings challenge money. That feels great. Tracking work hours, I don't know. I think that if we're talking about this goal or this action step, I guess, I give myself like a C-. I've been tracking my in-office hours loosely. I have been not tracking my YouTube hours at all. So, you know, check minus here, or I'm just going to leave it blank, but not doing so well with that. I don't know what it is, but I'm struggling with that goal. In terms of the YouTube planner, the goal is just to start it, right? So we can go ahead and check that off. Why do my check marks look like that? I did start my YouTube planner. I have it right here. I'm not going to go through it because I'm actually going to share that information with my YouTube channel members. I'm going to talk about my schedule for videos for January, even though January is almost over. No, it isn't almost over. We're only halfway through the month. There's still so much time. So yeah, I'm going to just kind of keep that to myself. But I did buy a planner specifically for my YouTube channel. You can see it here. It's an Erin Condren monthly planner, and I'm really liking it so far. Less eating out, thumbs down. Not good, you guys. Yeah, we were eating out roughly the same that we always do. It's so hard because not only are we really busy right now, I'm also kind of lazy. By the time the evening rolls around, I've gone through a full work day. I've worked on my YouTube channel. I've done all the things, and I just don't want to cook. Usually at that point in time, my kitchen is a mess. We have gotten off the habit of like cleaning up the kitchen at night. And so it's just, we're still eating out just as much. We still have 2 more weeks. I'm hoping that the next 2 weeks we can do really well and, you know, kind of come out with a 50% there, which is not 0. So that I will be happy with. Not elated, but we're struggling with that one. And then post 12 YouTube videos. So if I were to be completely on track with this goal, I think by now I would have had to have posted 6, right? And I'm not sure how many videos I've posted this month. Let me just go to my channel and see. Okay, that one was posted the 31st. So the first video I posted in the new year was my New Year's resolutions. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so, oops. Yeah, I think we're on track with that. I'm feeling really good about the plans I have for the rest of the month. I may end up exceeding 12 YouTube videos, so that feels really good. Overall, my action steps for January I think are going fairly well. Not 100%, but we're never striving for 100% around here. If we can do like 75% better, we're ahead as far as I'm concerned. So that is it for this video. I was going to do like a little planner session, but honestly, this video is already pretty long because I tend to yap a lot. So we will just call it there. If you liked this video, please give it a big thumbs up. That really does help out my channel. Check out all of the Strive to Thrive group in my description box. Go over to their channels, subscribe, give them some support. We can't do it alone, friends, and neither can you. So if you would like some support, leave a comment down below. Tell me what your goals for the year are, how you're doing, how I can support you. If I can just like give you an encouraging word or a thumbs up, I would be happy to do that. Yeah, that's all I have for you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys real soon with another one. If you're not done with me yet and you want to keep on watching, I've got some videos here up on the screen. Feel free to check those out. Hope you like them, and I'll see you next time. Bye!